Hello, and welcome to my presentation of the Guarini Campus Meditation Garden and Aurelian Wall survey by Shel Savage. The Meditation Garden is a small part of campus with a long history. The campus is located at Via del Lingotto 233 in Rome, Italy, and is now known as John Cabot University. The timeline is as follows. The building of the Aurelian Wall started in AD 271 by Emperor Aurelian. In the beginning of the 5th century, Pope Honorius made some additions to the wall. In 1500 to 1750, the building was owned by the Confraternity del Divino. After that, it became part of the Hospital of the Incurables. More construction was made on the wall in 1789 by Pope Pius VI. And then in 1835, we're not sure, the Fratellini family may have had something to do with the property, and that's where we are doing more investigation. And finally, in the 1980s, John Cabot University occupied this space until now. The underlying question is, on the Porta Settimana, there is a doorway that has been closed off. The question is, where did the porthole lead to? And how were the steps leading to the door accessed? And what was the use of the chimney that's to the right of the doorway? There are questions that still need to be answered and related to the meditation gardens and the Aurelian Wall that's connected to it. Picking up where Yuko Medevigo and Jory Bonaduro left off with their research in the meditation garden, in doing so, I will uncover more about who owned the space. Fact-checking will be part of the process that as the search continues, updated information will be added to construct a better understanding of the use of the space throughout time. What has been discovered are the adjustments that have been made to the wall. The meditation garden in this slide is not a part of 933, but it appears to be a part of 1149, which is a part of Via Settimana. This slide, it states here on the page that the owner of the property is the Chiesa de Dorotea, and is believed with a little bit of research that the church may have some records that will disclose more answers. In this slide, the meditation garden is not, excuse me. This slide shows number 93 and a half is scratched out next to the Fratellini's name. And this shows that S. Giacomo dell'Incurabili is paying the rent for number 993 and a half, and it is next to the hospital's name. Then highlighted is Furno, and this is interesting information to help add to the discovery of the chimney. Here is a map from 1819, and as Yuko pointed out in her presentation that the squiggly lines means that there is a doorway. This points to the meditation garden as maybe not being a part of 93.5, since the squiggly lines are not next to all of the doors. Lastly, Matthew Beckman suggests that since the room's name was lavatorio, that the translation meaning wash house, that this could have been some type of laundry room. So fact checking, did in fact the Fratellini inhabit the meditation garden? Once again, here is an image of where we started. Okay, so here is the meditation garden and the mysterious stairs. This current information provides us with answers to the original questions in the initial investigation of the property. Now let us take a closer look of the doorway at the foot of the stairs that lead to this. The question: of the Porta Settimana, there is a doorway that has been closed, and the question is, where did the portal lead to? Well, in the book, The Aurelian Wall and the Refashioning of Imperial Rome, AD 271 to 855, was written by Hendrik Day, has shed some light on this subject. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of information written about the Porta Settimana. However, Hendrik Day does write about the wall in great detail and covers Trastevere. Hendrik Day, who is an assistant professor in the art department, states that all the gates have been extensively remodeled since the 3rd century, most drastically under Honorius at the beginning of the 5th century. Some general observations about the original appearance are possible. He also states that the wall had been raised up a little bit higher to defend off unwanted rivals. Hendrik also states that some of the doors were closed off where there once was a walkway that went through, as you can see in the Port of Appia. This door has similar features to the door that is closed off in the meditation garden. This shows the doors here as a part of the walkway that goes through the that is on top of the Aurelian Wall at the port of Appia. Hendrik states that the tower is 2 stories high, with the upper floor apparently accessible only from the top wall. It has 2 arched windows from the front and back, and the doorways on both sides now blocked off, which led to the ramp walk. The wall would have been a subterranean bridge that would have been helpful during flooding, as well as warding off undesirables. Let's see here. However, the dates of when this was done is very difficult to understand. According to Day, since almost nothing survives in Rome that can be dated with confidence in the reign of Aurelian, excavation has provided more convincing testimony. So, therefore, the dates may not be accurate, but it is believed that the wall was begun in AD 271 and then finished in AD 282. The wall is approximately 7 meters high and 3.5 meters thick. And during the reign of Emperor Honorius, another level was added to the Aurelian Wall, making it taller and then covering that walkway, leading to the meditation gardens and why it has the look that it does. Then Day also states that there's travertine in the framing of the doors, as you can see in our meditation garden here, and then in his example. So this is my investigation so far, and thank you for watching.